I ran out of time. I got cut off. Now I might have to cut something off. Welcome back. I ran out of time on my cell phone. So I had to jump to my laptop video to finish this off. At the end of it, because I wanted to do it the way I was doing it. I didn't want to rush everything and then get everything just chopped off right at the end. Anyways, so I figured I'd hop back on for a quick finish up of what we were doing. We left off with Cyborg for day 26 of the October challenge. Pumpkin hair. But yeah, of course, Cyborg Chicken. I love the way this character came out. I could get into doing something with that character. He'd be a fun one. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like pumpkin hair all over. Some type of hair from the pumpkin. Don't know what's up with that. All right, and then we got day 27 was great. So I did Tony the Tiger. October is great. And I originally started out working on a great pumpkin type image with a couple pumpkin or chicken children out in a pumpkin field, but decided, yeah, I had to do something like that instead. So I'm glad I did because Brian ended up doing a great pumpkin theme. So that would have crossed us over. I think one day we doubled up with the same style thing. It might have been Cyborg Chicken, but I can't remember. Then we got Flit for day 28. When I seen Flit, I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? I look it up and they had that spray poison canister, which I still don't know is that the company that was had those canisters or what, but yeah. I seen that on there and I was thinking about doing something like that. And then I seen it could be radical movement or something like that. So I'm like thinking a Flash, and then I'm thinking a chicken trying to fly that's hanging off a cliff. I mean, I did so many different ones for this one. I did a few Roadrunner themes where the chicken was being chased by the Roadrunner and sitting there trying to flap his wings really fast as he's falling off the cliff like Wile E. Coyote did. But then I'm like, well, a Roadrunner chasing a chicken doesn't really make sense. There's no purpose on that. So then I did uh, Wile E. Coyote chasing the chicken off the edge, and I'm just like, yeah, still not feeling it. So I ended up going with a certain Chicken Hawk character you may know that happened to see our chicken and is like, hey, I'm gonna get me some chicken. And so he's trying to fly away really fast and run away really fast, and that's what Flit is, I guess. I wasn't sure if it worked for it, but it was the best I could come up with. Oh, not the best. I had quite a few different things considering it was a hard one to try and figure out what to do for it. And then the next day was Bone, day 29. Why not have our little chicken hawk buddy coming back with a full belly? His muscles are a little bigger, just more defined. His little hair and stuff is all fluffered up a little bit. It's like from what he was. And then he sat there and came back a wishbone. I don't know. Did that come from the chicken itself, or did he just find a wishbone somewhere? I don't know. Then day 30 was costume. I was going back and forth, but tons of different costumes what to play with, and I just love Vampirella, and I figured chicken Vampirella always has the symbol on her that's the bird style symbol, and she likes holding the bats. So why not make a chicken with a barn bat? And they're both in their own style Vampirella costumes. She's in the old school early Vampirella with the white collar, and he's just got the old a different style logo on him with the red costume. But yeah, or her, whatever. But I thought that was cute. And then the final day was pumpkin. Halloween, 31st, pumpkin. So I had all, if you want to see them together, I have them all together, laid out the way they're supposed to be for with the flying things and the flying in the higher in the air and then the ground characters on the ground. But I decided I wanted to do something with pumpkin creatures. I had this early on when I made the pumpkin family in my mind. That's the thing too. The some of the images I didn't do, like the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown parody that I did. If I would have finished it inside the pumpkins and the pumpkin weeds and all that stuff, there were hidden little things that were gonna give you some hints towards this stuff also. But I ended up wanting to go ahead and do a Attack of the Killer Tomatoes parody, so I did Attack of the Killer Pumpkins, and it's like all little teasers in there. It's like still use the Attack of the Killer style logo, but then just put pumpkins instead of tomatoes in there. Added little pumpkins for the eyes and dots and everything, and then our pumpkin pie. These are pumpkin pie vampire bats. They got the big giant vampire tooth, just one tooth. They're pieces of pumpkin pies with bat wings on them. So I thought that was a fun idea to play with those that way. And then on the other side of the other flying items, we have pie bots, or what are they? Pie clops, not pie bots. Cycloptic floating eyeball pumpkin pies, and then the jellyfish looking things are just pumpkin eye jellyfish type creatures just floating around. That will probably zap you with electricity or whatever. I should have done some like electric bolts coming off them and stuff, but and then I think this one's on the left side of the image. Then we had a big old monster pumpkin. I forget what I called him, but he's basically a big goofy monster. And then there's these little pumpkin pie vampires, and then more pie bats, but these are a different style. These are just little pie bats, pumpkin pie bats. They got eyeballs, but nothing. They don't have the vampire teeth or anything like the vampire bats. Figured get a couple different styles, and you see what I was originally playing with. I was gonna have when I thought pumpkin, I'm like, I'm gonna have pumpkin taking on a bunch of pumpkin pie characters, and I started drawing it out, thinking about it, and playing, and then I kind of out of that came up with the different style characters that I was thinking about, and then I ended up going this route, and I was just doing the one image. This was going to be the only image I was going to do for the 31st. But then on the 30th, late at night, and it pretty much was the 31st. It was like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, well, I got to add a logo to it so people know what's up with it. I gotta put a couple other characters out there. I ain't happy with just those characters. So then I gotta have Frankenstein. So I did Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein as pumpkins. Then all these little drink cups are little pumpkin spice latte zombies. And I was gonna originally call them Zombie Spice and the Frankettes, but for the title of this picture, because I was gonna do those pictures separate. But then I'm like, yeah, I could put these together and make a fun little image and make it all like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, where you had the different types of tomatoes and all that stuff. And this would give a fun image to it. So I made it where all 5 images fit nicely, 2 sky images, 2 ground images, and the center piece, the piece today, the resistance, or whatever the hell you call it. I gotta do a kaiju pumpkin. You got a kaiju pumpkin getting ready to step on a chicken coop. But yeah, I love this character. I love his hands. You got the vampire hands on the main pumpkin. You get the vampire pumpkin hands, and then just the ghouly pumpkin hands on the top pumpkin. It's like, yeah, all different styles, pumpkins, and just I love that. It's fun. Yeah. So that was my Boktober. Hashtag BAWKTOBER if you want to see what Brian did. And all my stuff all digitally put out. Check those out. Check out Hot Wing of Justice. See what else Brian does. He's got some fun books out. All part of the crew of cartoonist friends that we've been getting more and more introduced to. But yeah, that was a fun contest. I got a love hate relationship with these month-long contests because I got to get something put out every day. I got to try and get it done. And I know some people like to draw ahead and stuff, but no, I sketched it like the first 3 days worth. The ideas I had in my head for the first 3 days, I sketched out, but I wanted to force myself to get back into drawing a little faster, so I wanted to do each image daily. So yeah, they got out later in the day and stuff, but it's like the hardest part's always the damn coloring. It's like it's just so much easier if I just go out and buy a freaking new tablet so I could do digital stuff. That way I could sketch out my outlines, do my finalize my outline and then scan it into my laptop or my iPad and then just digitally color it. It would be a lot easier. And then I could add different things to it if I wanted to, textures, stuff like that. But I have this huge jar of colored pencils I've been trying to get rid of. So I figure what the heck. I'll use them up on this challenge. Use a bunch of them. Didn't use any up. Didn't even get halfway through any pencils, but yeah, it's just I like doing the gel pens and stuff better. Not a huge fan of the markers. They just don't come out nicely. You'll get those overlays and stuff. Unless you got a good set of markers. Then you gotta watch for bleed through if it's gonna bleed into anything on the back and stuff. But yeah, this has been long enough. You guys have been tortured enough for Halloween. Hey, what's up? But yeah, the masks. Check them out. Lots of mask videos and stuff out there that I put out this month. I think I still got one I gotta post it. But that's it for us. Happy Halloween. Hope you enjoyed the show. Hope you were able to see the Dracula stuff decent enough. I won't know until I watch it with the wife, so it's getting posted. I don't edit my stuff. I just like to edit stuff and add some fun things to it, but I don't have the patience. Not when I'm a 24/7 caretaker and dealing with my MS shit, trying to deal with all the shit I gotta take care of outside of that, and it's just not enough freaking time in a day. Yeah, I need to have 48-hour or 72-hour days instead of 24-hour days. But yeah, hopefully you seen everything all right when I did that part, and hopefully you enjoyed the show. I'll shut up now. I'll be my Halloween present to you. So keep following under Cowl of MS, rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, and we will get back to you with more of these soon. Well, not these, but stuff like this.